Hi, thanks for joining us. I'm Ben Schmuck. I'm an innovation manager at Caterpillar, so that makes me a different mentor than many people here at the Polsky Center. But I apply an entrepreneurial framework that we call lean innovation to starting new business ideas at CAT, and I love talking to people who are coaching startups and applying that same framework here at the Polsky Center. So I've coached over 100 startups here at the Polsky Center, 1871, and even at Techstars, along with doing my work at Caterpillar as well. So I always like to talk about why. Like, why am I here talking to you today? And it's about trying to make sure that you understand, you validate your business idea before you ask for significant investment, and even before you build something and spend a lot of your own time and energy on it. And so I break down my framework into three areas. The first is the problem. Can you prove to an investor that you deeply understand the problem or need that you're solving for your target customer segment? The second one is the solution phase. Can you prove that you have demand for the solution that you're trying to build? And then third, can you prove that your business model is sustainable and that it's going to grow for an investor? With those three pieces, you can reduce risk for an investor, which means that you'll get investors to compete with each other, and then you can demand better terms, and you can retain more of the equity yourself as the founder. Okay, so inside this lean innovation framework, on the left-hand side here, you can see we call this the search phase. So we're searching for the right business idea for you to execute. And on the left-hand side is that execute phase. So that's when you build your idea, you take it to market, and you grow. So lean innovation is really focused on this search phase, the first half on the left, where you can see the three phases that we talked about: problem, solution, and business model. And we want to validate that before we put too much time and energy into building anything, asking for investment, etc., because that will set you up for success. Also, to measure the maturity of your idea, we have what's called an investment readiness level. So this is measuring the maturity of an early stage business idea. So from the perspective of an investor, have you validated enough of your business to be ready for investment? Okay, so if we zoom in on this first problem phase, how do you validate that you have a problem or need that you're solving? So the method that we use is called customer discovery. Customer discovery is getting out of the building, talking to your potential customers, observing them getting work done today, and making sure that you're solving a need for them with the way they do things today. So there's different techniques for this. You can interview people, which means that you can sit down with them, talk to them about how they're doing things today. What do they like about it? What don't they like about it? You're asking open-ended questions. And then your customers will bring up, naturally, the biggest problems or needs that you could solve for them. There's a book in this space called Talking to Humans by Giff Constable. And this book is a great start. It's less than 100 pages, and it's a great start to help you on your way if you're interested in doing more customer discovery. Also, when we're talking to our customers, we want to be building empathy with our customers. We want to be knowing we want to be deeply understanding our customers, really understanding what it's like to be that customer. If they're really trying to solve a problem for them and their family, like, what does that feel like? What are their constraints? Put yourself in your customer's shoes, because then you can really design a much better solution for your customers. So once you've decided on the problem or need that you want to solve for your customers and you understand it well enough, you can move on into the solution phase. You can test solutions by talking to customers, but what I want to bring up today is a notion of what's called experiments. So asking a customer, would you buy this, is really a bad question to ask, because people are really bad at predicting their own behavior in the future. So what you can do to prove demand is you can run what's called an experiment. So an experiment is something to measure what customers do and not just what they say, and to prove that there's demand for the solution that you want to develop. So an example of this is Zappos.com, so selling shoes online. And when Zappos started, the founder, Nick Swinburne, had a big assumption that he needed to validate. He needed to validate that customers would buy shoes online without trying them on first. And back when this company started, back when Zappos started, that was a big assumption. So instead of asking for investment, building a huge warehouse with automated robots and all of that expense, he ran an experiment. What he did was he walked to all the local shoe stores in his neighborhood and asked them, "Can I take pictures of your shoes?" They said yes. So he took pictures of their shoes, posted them on a website. And when people bought those shoes, guess what? He had to go back to the shoe stores, buy the shoes, put them in a box, and ship them off to his customers. So it was a zero inventory way of testing his idea and proving that assumption that people would buy shoes online without trying them on first. Another example is we're seeing with electric cars now. So there's new companies like Rivian, Tesla, of course, and some of the traditional companies like Ford and Chevy are coming out with electric cars. And if you notice and you surf the web to look at this, you can pay them money to reserve your spot in line. And what they're doing is they are testing demand by actually asking you to give them money to hold a spot in line. So there are cases, whether it's a Kickstarter campaign or online experiments like this, where you can measure demand by actually asking for people's money. But if you do that, you got to make sure that you are going to deliver something. So that's really for a later stage experiment. There's another book in this space called Testing with Humans by the same guy, Giff Constable. And in this book, Giff talks about lots of different types of experiments that might be right for your business and how to run them. So it's another short book, but please check that out. It would really help you get on your way to running experiments. The third example that I want to take you through is business model innovation. So you can start a new company by offering the same solution as another company, another competitor, but innovating within the business model itself. So we've seen examples of this with Dollar Shave Club upsetting Gillette razor blades, right? So the same solution, the same high quality razor blades, but they're offering them through a mail order subscription service where you get very inexpensively, you get razor blades delivered right to your door. There are also examples of companies who give away parts of their value for free and then charge for premium features. It's called a freemium business model. We see examples of this all over in the digital space. It's a great way to have customers try your product or service before they pay. But you've got to make sure that you don't give away too much value for free, and you've got to make sure that you don't change your model in midstream. Otherwise, that can really upset customers. Another example is Target. So Target partnered with over 100 design companies to create clothes and goods that were fashionable, but then Target could also bring their distribution and real estate capability to offer those at a really affordable price, which created a competitive advantage over other similar stores. So there's two frameworks that you can use to analyze and innovate within your business model. One is called Doblin's 10 Types of Innovations, which you can check out. And the other is the Business Model Canvas from a company called Strategizer that helps you break down your business model into 9 different pieces. And you can identify areas of risk that need to be validated. And you can also identify areas where you want to innovate and do something differently from other companies out there today. So stay tuned for any events coming from the Polsky Center, and I'm looking forward to seeing you around. Thanks a lot.